Welcome back, everybody, to D5 Questing. I'm Jacob. Here with me today, we don't have the regular crew, only 60% of the regular crew, plus the other most regular person that has been mentioned on the show, probably.
Wow,
Kristi.
What a ramble.
Practically irregular at this point.
Practically irregular. She shows up every episode, coming in clutch with that artwork. And welcome, Kristi.
Happy to be here.
And then our regulars, we've got, as I said, Jacob. We've got Jakers.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got John.
Thanks for having me.
No. The pleasure is all mine.
So, we're taking a break. We just finished season 1.
Season 1. I know that you guys wanted more, and there's more coming, but we're
There's plans.
There's plans. There's things in the work.
We're in the interim.
But we were discussing things about the where we want to go with the future of Delta Cinco questing, but
recuperate the creative juices.
the old CJs.
That's right.
And so what we're going to do in the meantime is, until we figure out what we're going to do today, basically is what we're doing, is 200-word RPGs. We were kind of going through and just wanted to do a bunch of rules light stuff, so we Googled it, and
It's from the 200word RPG.github.io.
that's a GIT hub. Man, I'm trying to remember the guy who started it all. And I'm going to get it because I think he deserves credit. David Sherdoin created this.
Really helped that one out. I'm glad you gave him a shout out.
Yeah, so David, this one's to you. In 2015, he created just a 200. He wanted a personal challenge. He created a 200-word RPG, posted it on social media, and the next morning he had a bunch of people that were like, "Oh my heck, this is amazing!" and started this unofficial contest in 2015 that kind of just blew up.
Doesn't
So
sense.
2015, 2016, 17, 18, 19, they've done it. They took a break in 2020 because of
World disease.
And anyway, so there's thousands of them on the website. Creative Commons is letting us have a field day with them. And so today we are playing, there it is.
A good selection.
Today we are playing Ye Gods from the 2019 competition by Jakers. Take it away.
Oh man, Parador Webb Davies.
Parador Webb Davies.
His Twitter handle is Dr.
Preds.
That would be Preds.
So and DOCTORPREDS.
So shout out to him because this hopefully is going to be quite entertaining.
So basically what we did is we read through it, we talked about it for 20 seconds, and then we hit record. So you guys get the benefit of listening to complete and utter chaotic nonsense. So John, would you do you have it pulled up?
Yeah, I got it right here in front of me.
Will you read it for all the fans so they don't have to look it up?
Yep, you got it. You're a pantheon of capricious, bored gods who amuse yourselves by meddling in one mortal's day. Each player god is able to manipulate the world remotely, but mortals retain their anonymity. Roll for each player's god type out of D6. Number 1 is justice, 2 is love, 3 is war, 4 is trickery, 5 is vengeance, 6 is snakes, which, that's going to be my favorite right there.
Good luck getting
No,
that.
that's the best one.
Each player starts with 4 points. We're going to modify it a little bit on that one. Name the target NPC mortal. So we've agreed that this is going to be Brittany. Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Brittany.
Okay. Play through the mundane events in their life. Morning routine, going on a date, doing photocopying, whatever else we can come up with. The GM, which is going to be us collectively, will narrate the events by action. A player can spend a point to intercede and become the active player. They then narrate, help, or hinder their exact moment. And then keeping with their god type, active player regains a point, then re-rolls the D6 for a different god type.
No. We decided that D6 roll is whether or not Brittany succeeds or fails.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
So you keep your god type throughout the whole game.
Oh, really? I thought we were still
or
going to
not.
switch. I think it'd be cool if we still switch. the
Okay,
God
let's
type
let's
every
switch
time.
it. Let's switch it.
That way you're, I don't know, maybe not.
Okay.
Maybe we
And then
We're gonna play
Yep.
that one by ear.
yeah.
and then when they succeed or fail, when somebody rolls a new die, then they resume the role as GM for that short narration until someone else intercedes. We're looking to get 5 successes or failures in a row, and this will either give them the conclusion of a happy, favorable ending or a non-fatal fail. So how's that?
That's pretty good.
Hopefully it's non-fatal for Brittany.
I hope Brittany dies in the mall.
She's going to stub her toe on the fountain and have to go to the hospital because she broke off her
Right.
nail.
Choke on her frappuccino.
I was thinking that she sucks hard in a laugh and the straw gets caught in her throat.
We have to
She
play it out.
wheezes. All right.
She reverse
Yes.
tracheotomied herself.
Yep. Hey, that was on a show that I recently watched.
So any questions from the audience?
Oh, good.
Cricket.
If you do, send us an email, d5questers@gmail.com.
Yep. I think a few of the
Recording.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think a few of the changes that we're choosing to make house rules level is we're each going to take turn narrating what happens when whoever successfully gains
Control.
gets to narrate and tell the next
Yes.
person.
The main character.
Mm-hmm. So Brittany's going to have a field day. So
And with that,
I already opened my drink.
I don't know, I was waiting.
Oh, geez.
I kept reaching out for it, and I was like, no, I gotta wait.
Nice.
That's
Should've
for you,
put
H.
soda specifically for this.
That's for you,
I have
H.
soda in my.
Okay. So I guess let's
roll.
round table this and who wants to start with their roll?
I'm already rolling.
Christy's our guest. Go ahead.
I'll start my roll. 2. Gosh dang it. I rolled earlier and I'm like, oh, I'll just keep this roll. And then you said roll, so I was like, oh, I'll just roll again. Of course the
Sucker.
girls love one.
John, take it away.
All right, roll. I got a 5. Vengeance.
Vengeance. That's the one I wanted. That's the one I wanted. All right. Takers.
Me?
Oh, so much vengeance.
I got snakes.
Snakes.
Oh, that's what I wanted.
So we've got justice, war, and trickery.
Yeah.
I'm proficient in all of those.
Yeah, there you go.
Justice.
Wow. We never had to
Nice.
re-roll.
Justice
Justice.
and vengeance. Nice.
It's pretty interesting. All right.
Good for
Hey,
her.
those can go hand in hand with snakes. Hey, and you know what? We could tie all those together.
This is a very intriguing pantheon.
I'll tell you a lot of my snakes levels, you know. Wow, that outfit really works for just you.
Oh my god. I'm not good at being mean, so this might be a problem. But I do need practice, I think.
So
Or, just future role-playing possibilities, of course. Not for actually practicing.
Not for not for being mean.
I'm so glad that you chose that outfit. It wouldn't
Wink,
work
wink,
on
right?
most people, but I guess it works on you.
It's the I guess. That's the zinger. Okay, Kristi, as our guest, go ahead and lead us off in a day in the life of Brittany. Take 1, action.
All right, so we are going to start Brittany off. She is, I guess,
How do you
know what?
spell
I was
Brittany?
going to start off. So Brittany spells her name with 2 I's. It is B-R-I-T-T. Wait, oh my gosh, I closed the name. 2 I's at the end. There is no Y.
Double I's at the end.
I am writing
So
it
that's
down now, so I don't have to
B-R-I-I-T-T.
embarrass myself.
That's funny.
B-R-I-I-T-T.
N-I-I. Let's just keep talking over each other, and so people will know exactly how to spell it. Okay. So
2 T's, 2
So-
I's, 2
Right.
B's, 2 N's.
We call her Double
It's
B.
just all the double.
Yo, what's up, Double B?
So Brittany starts. I was going to start this off at the mall, but maybe we'll start with her waking up, and she has a fun day planned at the mall with her friends. And she gets up. Her alarm wakes her up. Or no, she has no alarm because she will not have her beauty rest interrupted. So she gets up at her own time, probably almost noon, and starts to make herself up. Takes a good couple hours, way past when they said they were going to meet up, but of course she has to be fashionably late. So she calls up her friends, has someone, or she...
I'm in intercede. I'm in intercede.
Okay.
What's happening? The real reason why she is purposely running late is to do justice, because her friends last week were late for her. So now it's her turn to purposely be late for them. So she's just doing justice where justice is done. And I guess I rolled to see how well that plays out.
Yeah, because I don't want to add or subtract from that.
Is that?
I guess
Okay.
if anybody else wants to try and intercede in that or modify it.
Okay.
No, I'm happy to see if that passes or fails.
Yeah.
So I rolled a 2, which means Brittany failed. So despite her best efforts at showing up late, her friends still show up later than her.
Later.
or despite her best efforts, she still shows up on time. She just can't handle. Apparently, she's like, she left her house. She looked at her watch, or not her watch, her phone. Gross. She looked at her phone, and she was supposed to meet her friends at the mall at 2:00, and she left her house at 2:30, but got to the mall at 1:30. So I'm not sure how that worked, but that's what happened.
Okay, I'm going to intercede on this one now.
Okay.
Okay, so Vengeance is going to step in here, and you know what? She wants revenge because her plan did not work out. So, she hasn't had lunch or anything to eat yet, so she's going to go get an Orange Julius from the Orange Julius stand, and she's going to order for her friends, and she's going to order them the most nasty thing that they have on the menu. So I don't know what that could be. Just, use your own imagination.
And an Orange Julius?
She's like, will you spit in it for me, Todd?
I don't know. It could...
Todd, hi. Do you mind?
Keep going, I want to hear this.
Don't you mind putting a little special seasoning in all those drinks?
You know how they...
So yeah, I'm going to roll. Oh. That's a 4. Is that a pass then?
Yeah, 4 plus
Success.
That succeeds. There you go. So it passes.
He seduces him.
They get their nasty drinks. You know what? Maybe it was a little bit extra salt or something in there that they, wouldn't normally take. Just
I'm
sodium.
to try and get him to do this, she has to flirt with him a little. He is disgusting. But, she also knows that he is going to take, whatever. Because he's obviously going to be desperate. So,
Okay.
She succeeds a little bit too much. And
All right. I'm gonna be Todd.
Critical success.
Oh, hey Brittany. Hey Brittany, what can I get for you?
Yeah. Well, I have a secret or a special mission for you, if you know what I mean.
I totally. Hey Seth, check this out. Brittany's got a special mission for me.
Seth, you can go in the back for a minute. I need to talk to him alone. And then she doesn't talk again until she's gone. And then she turns back to what's the guy? What's your name?
Todd.
Yeah.
It's Todd.
Baby. Hey baby. I have this person's been really mean to me lately, but I want to show them some payback. And if you can just take the nasty
so you want the money from the
around
register?
Dump a little bit.
Okay.
No. Maybe.
You just said
well,
payback.
I mean, on the side.
Okay.
Oh, well, no. Get some ketchup. I mean, I guess this is smoothies, but, could you stick some of that in
You
there?
can pretend like it's like strawberry stuff. Because I'd have to tell my boss where the ketchup went, but if I just tell him it's strawberry stuff, he probably... Seth, go get some strawberry stuff. And he turns to Brittany and taps his nose.
Oh my gosh.
And she's
Not
no
unlike
idea.
Mordax and Torbo. So Todd gets the smoothies and just empties the register and puts the money on the tray and hands it to Brittany.
Thank
There you go,
you.
Brittany.
I'll see you later.
Thank you so much.
So he goes, pockets all the money into her purse, and goes down. And
How much money was it?
Are you asking
144.
me? How much would you eat in a pill?
Well, we're at the beginning of the day, start of the day, or maybe at the afternoon. They've probably only done a few transactions because it's the middle of the week. I like the idea that these girls are doing this in the middle of the week, not on a weekend.
We'll say $200.
Sweet, Brittany's got two.
So you know what? She's not going to wait for her friend. She's going to leave. Would she carry it around though? Their nasty drinks. I guess she might. And she's going to. Well, she's going to brag to her friends later about all this money she got from her dad for being such a great girl, or how she talked her dad into giving her all this money because she's so cute and so good. And she's thinking about this in her head while she's waiting for her slow friend. And finally they roll around and they're talking about all their stuff and what they were doing, and she hands them their beverages. Of course, because she succeeded, they drink it. And let's see. And would they think it's disgusting? I guess they would mention how nasty it is, huh? They drink it and they're like, oh my gosh, what is this? And then she sells out her Todd. She's like, oh my gosh, I think it was maybe put something nasty into it. He was giving me funny looks this whole.
I'm gonna intercede. No, she's gonna, when they're like, oh, it's so nasty, then I can't help it. I'm slamming the table.
Do you guys hear that? Jake's got his D6 and his pencil, and he's rotating the D6 with the pencil. I just took it away from him.
Anyways,
You lost your pencil privileges. Take notes in blood.
Brittany's going to actually turn to Sarah, who's
Played by John.
the leader of the friend posse who drove all the rest of them here. She's gonna be she's gonna say it on the level of oh, Sarah, we all know that because of the tongue detachment surgery that you had to have when you were 5 ruined your taste buds. All the rest of us think it's delicious.
Oh my god, why did you have to bring that up? You know it's so sensitive a subject still.
So that's what she's going to do to basically embarrass her.
Sarah, that was 11 years ago. Why are you still sensitive
But
about
to put
it?
her
Should
in
have
her
healed.
place.
Fail.
That is a fail. So
Sarah
Well, at
comes
least I
back
have
with her
better
own.
taste than you do in your clothing.
Oh!
So that was the fail.
So Brittany hunches her shoulder and she tries to mumble it was something like Todd. I was trying to be cool with Todd.
Why would you want to be cool with Todd? He's such a dweeb.
Listen, all right, I'm sorry. Okay, why don't we let's go do something. Just to try and push the heat off of this awkward moment that she created.
Look at all this money I have, guys.
It's just this awkward moment, and she's like, look, and empties her purse. Look at all this money, though. I'm still cool.
So they're gonna go to the nearest. I would have to say, without using names of stores.
You can say it. We can just beep it up.
Yeah, it's the nearest Claire.
No, it's just a store.
Yeah, Claire's place where it's all just
Jewelry store.
tchotchke jewelry, and they do piercings there. And so they just spend time going over all of the items in the store. Man, I'm surprised I'm still narrating this. So then
I'm intrigued. I love hearing your
I want to
narration.
know exactly what they buy.
so
All right, I'll intercede. I'll
shut
bail you
up.
out.
So then she finds something, and it's a navel piercing, and she turns to one of the other girls and she's like, "Oh, hey, Candace, this, for your figure, this is what would probably look the best on you. It wouldn't work for everyone, but I guess it would work for your body type, and so I'm gonna roll for that to be successful."
I'm gonna add a +1 because I don't like Candace.
Yeah. Candace took Tommy from you at the last high school football game. That was 8 years ago. And,
When she was
and she still remembers it. All right. Hey, that succeeded. I don't know what that looks like. Candace is like, oh, yeah, I guess it does. And everybody's like, yeah, Candace,
Just take the compliment.
just do it. Now sit down and get pierced. So they're all waiting for Candace's a piercing done in this local Claire's. That is
So while they're waiting for this to get done, and they're talking behind her back about how dumb she'll look when it gets done, they see Brittany sees the actual guy that she likes, and she, success. I wanted her to fail.
What's the guy's name?
Chad. It's Chad.
Chad.
Chad. He is, I was gonna say footballer, but let's do wrestle. Let's do football. He's the quarterback of the football team, so naturally, Brittany loves him. And
Real quick, for those who are listening to this and don't know what a quarterback is, they're basically like
right?
the guy that made fun of you in high school. That's who Chad is in this story. Continue.
And real fast, hold on. I think we need to establish. Is Chad ever done anything with his life since high school? Or
I think they're still in
High
Sky.
school?
are they in high school?
I think so.
I would love to
It'd be
think
like
that
just a year or two later.
No, I think it's a year or two later. I think that's the best.
They're
level.
still kind of like in that mentality or whatever, but
They don't know what to do with their lives.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're
then when I
still
asked it,
doing things. So
Does
yeah,
Chad-
he's a
Yeah,
loser
does-
now.
yeah,
But-
is Chad still wearing his football Letterman
Letterman
jacket?
jacket.
He's absolutely still wearing his football jacket and strutting around the mall, cruising for chicks with his boys, and
It is Daddy's Camaro. Alright.
and so Brittany and all the girls walk up and start flirting and saying, "Hey, Chad, how are you doing?" But meanwhile, Todd sees this, who she also rolled a 6 on, and he starts to get insanely jealous. And he, even though he is super nasty, he was like, "No, Brittany and I, we had a connection." And now he's like, he may not have seen that she initiated it, or maybe he just like fantasy, in his mind, he's like, "No, he's approaching to her. She's not gonna like this. She's into me." And so he he's like, was it 6? "Stephanie, I'm going on break." And he like tries to leap over the counter and kind of like skids and falls off because he doesn't know how to people. And
I'm coming, Brittany. I'm coming for you. I'll protect you, Brittany.
from this loser, because I've got a prestigious job.
I've got a
selling
job. I've been at the Orange Julius for a
job.
couple years now.
Unlike Chad, who has been unemployed and just doing nothing. So
Just like Brittany and all her friends.
exactly just living up off of parents' money and hoping that they can still keep getting free rent from their parents until the end of times. And so they. Anyone else want to intercede?
Well, yeah, I will actually. So I want to intercede, and I'm going to have Brittany is going to basically grab Chatty Waddy's arm, and be like, "Ew, look at his pimply face. Save me, Chad. Let's go to the movies together."
Why are you being so mean to me, Brittany? I thought we had a connection. I gave you all of my money. I might get fired, Brittany. I gave you all the money from the register.
As you should, Todd. You're someone of your station. You should feel glad to help me the way that you did. And like I said before, pimples don't work on everybody, but they seem to work on you just fine. Come on, Chad. All right. So then I'm gonna roll to make that succeed. All right. So it succeeds, and she convinces Chad, and Chad's like, "Yeah, Todd. What are you doing? Get away from my girl, dude." And
you know what? You're right, Brittany. My pimples do make me a better person.
Ew, he's crying. Let's go. And so she takes Chad, and she convinces him to go to the movie matinee that's happening. And all of her friends are kind of dragging along. And she is like, "Don't worry, witches. This one's on me." And
with their $200.
Yeah. And so while she knows that most of her friends have agoraphobia, she there's two different movies that are playing right now.
Backdoor Gore 9.
Or Bad Valley Girls 12. So, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, we've been waiting for this forever." And she's like, "I know.
Basically a movie about us.
Let's do it, girls." And instead, she pays for tickets for all of them, and she buys the one for
Backdoor Gore
9. And she's like, "This will be the best." At least in her mind, Chad will hold her, but she loves the fact that all of her friends are going to have a hard time with this movie. So just sec.
That was 5 successes, right? And so she just has a wonderful day.
I think it needs to be 5 consecutive successes.
Yeah.
No, if Chad or if the person gets 5 successes in their event, or their event ends favorably.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well.
Oh, interesting.
Fortunate. She beat the odds and had a wonderful day of just taking on squashing them down.
Being a complete.
She did it. You did it, Brittany.
You did something.
Today.
Tis is the normal day for Brittany, the snake.
As all the gods up above laugh.
Jabba the Hutt laugh. Anyway. This would be one that I think with more practice. This one is very narrative oriented, I realize. Way stronger. I guess for being a Brittany in the Valley, maybe we set our sights too high. I mean, because if we went on just even Dave doing his working at Kinko's
morning photocopying,
I bet we probably would have had a funner time with it. Funny enough.
We were trying really hard to make Brittany's life miserable, but it was just going so well.
Yeah, I realized all of us were trying to make your life miserable. Maybe this is it was a subconscious level of making Brittany's life miserable.
All right. Well, we still have a half hour on the Zencaster machine. So let's do this, Dave. As you see Brittany and Chad and all the gals go into the theater, you see Dave coming out. He wanted to go catch a movie that was playing. It was actually a documentary about.
Or should we do another one for this one?
I think should we just keep going on with you gods?
No. I'm saying reroll to different gods. So we're
I see.
Same
yeah,
god.
let's do that.
Okay.
2. Oh my gosh.
Reroll.
2.
I rolled a 3.
John got 4.
Jakers is war. John is trickery. Kristi?
Oh, I said love. Sorry.
Roll again. Yeah.
Okay. 4. Trickery. Okay.
Roll one more.
Another 4. 3 4s. Justice. Did someone get justice?
Not yet. Not this go around. So we've got love, vengeance, and snakes. Vengeance. Okay. So Ye Gods, starring Dave, the Kinko's manager.
Excellent.
Take 1, action.
Okay. Before we start, though, John needs clarification. What is Kinko's?
It's
a store.
Yeah. People come in.
It's an American thing, John.
US
I obviously know that.
You bring, man, I don't even know if they exist anymore. But
no, I don't think they do. I looked up Kinko's and they get FedEx.
Yeah, they were a large scale like photocopying store. You bring in like USB drives or things like that,
floppies
or old flop because they were back around even with the floppies, and then they would print your pictures for you on like signs and stuff like that.
If you wanted to make a million copies of
stuff on green paper.
My son's dog got hit by a car, and we're gonna find the person that did it.
So if you're going to run for the Parent-Teacher Association and you needed some signs made, that's who you went to.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Cool.
Dude, the PTA lived at Kinko's.
Oh, for real.
So Dave is coming out, and he sees this rambunctious group who we know to be Brittany and the gals and Chad and them. And
hold on, has anybody seen the Dave Chappelle skit in the Kinko's? Okay, never mind. This will just be for me, I guess.
I've seen the Dane Cook skit where he's like at the Blockbuster or whatever. Toss me the keys.
Yeah.
So Dave comes out and sees this group of rambunctious, they're probably still in high school, but he doesn't know, and he's wondering what they're doing out on a Wednesday afternoon instead of like doing their studies. And thinks that they're just like super immature and just noisy and.
So is he mid-30s?
Oh yeah, he's probably mid-40s, wondering what.
And all he is the manager of the local store.
And it's not even like the store manager; he's a shift manager.
Yeah. Okay. And then his boss is like 22.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So Dave's the person that like minimum wage is like $7 an hour, and he's the one that's like, hey, his boss, who we'll call Gavin. Gavin, when he promoted him to shift manager, he's like, yeah, you know what we're gonna do? That comes with a raise, buddy. we're talking a 50-cent raise. Don't be telling that to everybody, all right? So Dave makes like $7.50 an hour working as the shift manager at Kinko's.
Okay.
Wondering what happened to his life. So
not today.
Not today though.
War's coming. As I enter the store.
So he's leaving the theater, right? And he looks at his watch because that's what he does as the manager, and it's this gaudy watch. It just is obscenely big.
Sure.
And he looks at it, and he knew that it was going to be tight if he wanted to catch this film before his shift started at 3:00. And he looks at it, and it's 2:55, and Kinko's is like 15 minutes away, so he knows he's going to be late for work. So he starts, he gets in his car, and he's driving down, and he just is like, oh, man. Okay.
I'm in. Okay. So as soon as he gets in the car and he's just starting down the road, someone cuts in front of him. And so he's mad, and he's like, well, I gotta, pay it back to him, So he tries to cut back in front of the guy. And I rolled a 1. He ends up, he's angry and in a rush, so he tries to do it too quickly. So he ends up smacking the back of his car into the front of the other guy's car. And so they end up making a bigger collision that just stops the whole intersection. And so now he's like, oh my gosh, now I'm really going to be late. And so he has the decision to, well, obviously he can't run, because that would be terrible.
I think he runs.
I think
he runs.
Oh, crap.
He's like, I can't lose this job. I have to take over for the other shift manager, so I have to get to Kinko's.
And so he's like,
yeah, you rolled a 1, right?
I rolled a 1. And so he starts running off, and the guy's like, hey, what are you doing? And he thinks he just hit the back. So his car isn't totaled. He can still go. So he still takes off. And he keeps going, and I guess he's going really, really fast, and he makes it. But his car looks terrible. And he probably almost causes a few more accidents on the way. I almost wonder if I should roll again for that, just to see if he gets completely totaled. Maybe we'll do just one more time. Well, that's not justice, though. So
roll them dice.
No, that's not justice.
No.
All right,
So,
I'm gonna intercede. I'm gonna intercede and take back. So he makes it to Kinko's. He pulls into the back lot where all the employees are supposed to park, and he sees that Carl, who is the shift manager that is right before him, parked in his spot. So Carl parked in Dave's spot, and Dave just is like, come on, man. This is rough. So he runs in real quick, and he clocks in because he's still an hourly employee. And he goes in, and Carl is standing there. And Carl is, he's the 22.
Yeah.
He's the 22-year-old. So he's really Dave's boss.
But his boss.
Huh?
I can't keep my NPCs straight. Caladriel shows up. Huddle up. Okay, so yeah, Gavin's the owner of the Kinko's. He's the owner of the Kinko's. Carl's there, and he's supposed to take over for Carl. And so Carl's like, well, if it isn't Dave, welcome to work. Glad you could join us.
What's the vengeance? Tell me the vengeance, because I really want to, I want a piece of this.
Okay.
So
I'm leading up to it. We're leading up to it.
Okay, because I really want to interfere.
Okay. Maybe you interfere first.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I was thinking the vengeance is Carl has this so you just have one thing that you need to get done today, Dave. I've got this big order that I'm really counting on. I want the promotion.
All right, so I'm going to roll first, and then I'll narrate where this goes. Okay. It's going to go down. It's going down for real. So, just in case anybody wants to modify my rolls. But,
I'll throw in a +1.
That got me to 3. So, so he comes in and he's like, not today! Do you understand? You piece of trash sitting in my spot. I'm not putting up with this crap anymore. And the whole and he did that while ripping open the front door. He didn't come in the employee access because he didn't think anybody was there. And he's ripping open the front door to yell that. And it's coming out of his mouth before he can even see anything. And as he does, there's an entire Girl Scout troop in there making copies. that cuts him off mid-sentence as he's yelling that. and
just a whole slew, a slurry of curse words.
Uh-huh. And he even has a bit of spittle coming out.
bloodshot eyes.
Yeah, and he cuts himself off as he sees all of them, and immediately starts trying to slink towards the back. So,
I'm so sorry about that, ladies. Excuse me while I go and talk to Dave. Excuse me.
mhm.
And that's when this interaction between Dave and Carl. Are you serious right now, Dave? David? Are you serious right now? I'm not your boss yet. But boy, if I were. Boy, if I were. Do I make myself clear, David?
Can we tell Gavin about this?
Gavin I will be writing a report about this on my 60-pound paper. Okay, that's my good paper. If you know that, if you read the Kinko's manual, listen, all right? All I need you to do is one simple thing, Dave. I just need you to be professional. Well, hold on.
Okay, sorry.
I just need you to be professional. I have one order that needs to be finished today. I have to go right now because I have important things to do. Apparently my Valley High girl is still coming looking through.
This is going to be with his name on it then? This is the vengeance
Yeah,
you're
this
hoping?
is the vengeance I'm hoping for. So
Okay.
so Carl has a thing that he's responsible for. He's like, and I just need you. I need you to be your subordinate self because I'm going to be your boss. Once this goes through, it's done. It's done, David. It's done. And you're done here. So
all right.
So he's like, do you need Carl at the store?
What you
Oh,
were
no,
thinking?
it
Kristi.
doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So Carl is like,
I'm going to +1 on this one.
he goes out and he's like, I'm so sorry about that again, ladies. I talked with Dave. His puppy just died and he's okay now, but he'll be out to help you in a minute.
Roller vengeance.
Oh,
Let's see.
puppy!
Oh, no.
Well, that +1 brings it to a 2.
Excellent.
So Dave just wanted to go, and we've got 3 fails.
That's
Yeah.
3 fails, yeah.
I think
Dave just wanted to go and basically like hit end.
Mhm.
But instead of end on the machine to stop it, then he hit send on the machine and sends this formal complaint report to Gavin. So he basically just sent his I'm gonna get fired type notice to Carl, or to Gavin, from Carl to Gavin on accident by David.
All right.
So,
Chris,
I realized that most of what I've been doing. Well, first of all, I kind of acted more like vengeance than justice with. I'm gonna try and fix that because now, and also, most of them have been like very centered around the person. I am going to get justice for the accident he caused. A policeman shows up who tailed him after he caused the wreck and possibly started several others, though the others probably didn't start or nail his car. And he is in loads of trouble. And that is a fail with a
what kind of
What kind of justice fail from the position
What
of
kind
the
of-
police officer?
Oh, right. It wouldn't be because it
It
would be taken.
It would be a benefit for Dave. It would be a benefit for Dave, and not actual justice for the victims.
what kind of police officer is it?
It's a weedy guy, which is why he fails. He comes in, Dave freaks out and bolts for the back door because he knows exactly why he's here. And the policeman probably saw his old beaten up car and was like, yeah, that matches the description. And so he bolts
We
back.
got our guy.
We got our guy, in his little reedy voice. And he bolts back into the back and heads toward his car, starts his car, and bolts off. At this point, I'm not sure where he goes because, let's see, can't go back to work. He's probably fired, and he's definitely probably either going to get insanely fined or get thrown into jail for the massive accident he caused.
In the jails.
And so he
All
decides
right.
to go. Oh, you gonna see?
Yeah. Well, it depends on what you decided. What were you
Oh,
about
I
to
was
say?
just gonna say he's gonna go on the lam. He's gonna run for it.
Okay. All right.
He's gonna start a new
yes,
life.
this is where I'm going to intercede. Nay, he realizes he only has one choice. Is to make sure that,
Says the god of war.
yeah, to make sure that all those who not necessarily have wronged him, is that the way that he views the world should be, he's, you know what, it's all or nothing now.
He's gonna keep Gavin's car.
So right before he goes back into his job,
+1 on this roll.
and he creates a system of copies that basically are the manifesto of the working man, and how he's been wronged, and that people need to rise up against their oppressors.
And the policeman just lets him do this. It's like,
He's in the back. He's
Go
in the
ahead.
back. He's in the employee room.
and
So
here.
he's had this ready for years on a USB drive. So he just slams it in the
Oh,
computer real
crazy.
fast. All right.
Nice.
So this works, and he sends it to everyone, and he got on the mailing list for all the Kinko stores, and sent this override to every single store to have it printed immediately.
He's selling a book.
It's time.
Someone
It's
takes
time.
it up and publishes
Time
it.
for Dave to stand up.
He used his shift manager's override code.
Okay, I'm gonna intercede on this now. I like that passed, by the way. Okay. Oh, I rolled a 6. Okay, so my plan is, oh, dear Dave. So he finished his manifesto, right?
Sends it
And
out.
he doesn't want to go to jail, right? So he's going to run out back before anybody else can snag him or catch him, whatever else is going on. And he's going to switch the license plates on his car, which looks very similar to the 22-year-old's car.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Right? And then he's actually going to tell the cops that his buddy stole his car.
And just ran.
Yeah. Right? So then he's going to give some homeless guy around like $40 to take his car and leave.
I'm going to +1 on this one. This will be the last of my points. +1 on this one.
Okay? So there's 2 there, but yeah. So that's 3. So +1, so 4.
Woo!
So we're at 3 succeeds.
3 succeeds, 4 fails.
Yeah.
We are on the edge here.
So the homeless guy takes off with his car with his what's the other guy's name there?
Gavin was the 22.
Gavin. Yeah, Gavin. So Gavin's license plate on his car that's a little busted up on the back end, and then he's going to stick the cops on him.
Cool. And it works.
So he's going to come back into the store thinking, okay, I got this. You know, it's either going to go down right the way I want it to, or it's going to blow up in my face big time. But, you know, I've done the manifesto, and, you know, work life sucks. I'm telling the cops everything. And he's going to tell them his version of, you know, car stolen by the boss, and he switched license plates, and he's trying to destroy his life.
I'm going to intercede.
Okay.
So as he's telling this story to the police officer, then Gavin, who was just across the street getting a quick bite to eat, oblivious of all of this, like walks back into the shop, and he's like, "Oh, hello, officers and Girl Scouts. Hope you're selling those cookies again soon, because I need them, and my wallet can handle it this year." That promotion. Dave, I understand that you had some troubles with Carl. I'm gonna roll So this is that vengeance part 2 coming at you.
Oh,
5.
5.
Yes.
So we are all teed up, and that was the last of my points. So Dave goes. He's like, that's the one, officers. That's the one that caused the accident. He's the one. I don't know how he came back or why he came back, but he's the one. And because it's a success, and the police officers are like, yeah, you know what? It is this guy. All right, buddy, come on, you're coming with us.
They arrest Gavin on the spot.
Yeah.
I want to intercede again. Okay. All right,
That's
so
fun.
trickery. Yeah, we're gonna pull out. We get some hard drives that were given in, and they had some not so nice stuff on them, and we're gonna give that to the cops as evidence against Gavin as well.
Oh my gosh.
Oh dang it, that failed. That was only a 1.
You give it to them, and the cops look at it, and they're like, wait a second. This is property of Dave. We're Dave.
Justice. How many fails is that?
That's 5 fails.
So this is it.
Yeah.
So they arrest Dave as well for having hard drives full of not so good things. And then proceed to go to his house and raid his house for evidence to stack against the not so nice things. And Dave, as well as Gavin is sentenced to 2 years community service for what he did. And Dave,
which was nothing.
Yep, and Dave is sentenced to 10 years, possibility of parole after 5 for his not so nice things. And
Hard labor.
He has to register as a not so nice guy
Offender
in his area.
And that, children, is how the story of how Kinko's is no longer around.
People still have Dave's manifesto on their bookshelves today.
To this day. So next time you walk in to get your copies, you just remember the story of Dave, the shift manager.
Yep.
I tell you what, when Jakers, when you were like, all right, hold on, he's gonna go back in, and there's only one way to end this. I thought you were gonna like take the whole place hostage. I thought you were gonna take the Girl Scouts hostage.
The only reason why I didn't, right, is I had to remember what John threw out there, where he's a non-fatal conclusions or whatever. And I was like, okay, so I can't be that brutal. I'm not murdering people or killing people. So I was like, what does war look like outside of
non-fatal?
Yeah.
Kristi, what was your favorite part?
I'll hold on. My brain fart. Hold on, I gotta reboot. I don't know. I like the manifesto for sure.
I like that he had it on hand. Like
Yeah.
he just carried that USB in his pocket. Like,
Oh yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
And I imagined it like as he slammed it into the computer, like there was a top mount that you could put your USB in. So he like full fist in his hand and like slammed it down. But true to USBs, it didn't go in, so he had to turn it around and slam it in again.
Yes.
But it didn't go in, so he turned it around again and it went in.
Yeah.
Dang it. Send.
Yep.
50-50 got it wrong 3 times. How's that possible?
John?
The favorite one? Actually, he seemed like a really mellow guy.
He did.
Until the car accident.
I know, and then he seemed like a psychopath.
I know.
That was the trigger.
Because
that whole thing was really good.
Nothing was worth the $750, it turns out.
It's just
What about you,
like,
Jacob? What was yours?
Oh man, it was all good. I'm glad we played the second round. Now that we knew how to play, I think playing Dave was pretty good. So, Jakers?
him flying in with spittle coming out of his mouth.
How dare you! I do think I enjoyed playing Carl, Valley High Carl. He probably went to the same high school. Probably like knew Chad and Brittany and them. But I did enjoy how he was just like, I'm gonna be your boss. All right, I'm gonna be your manager, David. David.
I guess in the end, he probably became.
He probably owned that franchise in the end.
Mm-hmm. And
Right before
he
it
didn't-
That's why it's no more.
before it failed. Yep. All right. Cool.
So thanks again for tuning in into this 200 word RPG. Thanks again, Parador Web Davies, for creating this. Thank you, Kristi. Hope to have you again on again. Hope it was fun for you.
Absolutely. Hopefully you'll be less brain fried next time.
And I guess we'll see you guys on the trails, on the web trails,
On the next D5.
on the next D5 whatevers.
Catch questers.
1, 2, 3. D5.
Kristi.
Kristi.
D5.
D5.